Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here with a hot take on Trump's new best friend, Kamala Harris. Because she told Jacob Blake, facing sexual assault charge, she was proud of him. According to Blake's lawyer, Crump. This whole trip is just a dumb idea, Kamala. There's a dumb effing idea. You don't visit a guy who, quite frankly, you probably would have thrown in prison and thrown away the key back in your prosecutor days. Now you're visiting him? He's an alleged victim. And yes, it's on videotape, but it's still alleged until the trial. You know who else is an alleged victim? Well, apparently, Jacob Blake sexually assaulted a woman. She's an alleged victim too. Are you going to visit her? You probably shouldn't. You know why? Because you taint the jury pool, just like you're tainting it for these officers. I'm going to show you this video. I'm going to keep it small and kind of describe it and keep the sound off. I showed it in another video, but I think I'd get flagged by YouTube. But this is on Ian Miles Chong Twitter. You can find it. It's from September 5th. I don't know if you've seen it. But basically, this cop he's on a suburban street somewhere, and there's a guy with a knife coming at him. And watch what happens. He just starts running at him, blam, 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 blam. Shoots him 8 times. Now, I don't know if they all hit, but a bunch of them hit. Clearly, he finally goes down. And again, he's not shooting him the wound. He's trying to get him down and kill him. But he gets back up again. 8 times he shot him. Still gets back up. It's exactly what could have happened with Jacob Blake. Look, Jacob Blake was furious. He was enraged probably. They had already tased him. They had already fought with him. He already said, I got a knife, and went into his car. He might have been trying to commit suicide by cop. He might have been so enraged he just didn't care. Goes into the car. They tried to pull him out. Still trying to keep him away from the knife. They had no choice because this is what's going to happen. See, he's still yelling at him, get down, get down, get down. He shot a bunch of times. And now he runs at the other cop, who for some reason is not ready. And look, he grabs him. And he has a knife. So he could just kill that cop at this point. Now, I don't think he does. I think he does hurt him, but I don't think he kills him. And then the other cop, he's got to go right up on top of him, and he shoots him like 3 more times. I don't know if that guy lived. I honestly don't. But he finally goes down, and the other cop, he doesn't get up. But I think the cop lived, if I'm not mistaken. But this is what we're talking about. This is why the cop shot Jacob Blake. Because you could still be very dangerous with a knife. You could still kill people. Imagine if Jacob Blake, and they just did what these 2 cops did. They fumbled it a little bit, and maybe they even shot him. Jacob just stabs the guy right in the neck, takes the gun off the other cop, just like in a movie, and then shoots the second cop. Then takes off in his SUV or whatever the car he was driving with his 3 kids, and then leads the cop on an epic chase. People do effed up things when they're going through stressful situations. Now, this is all speculation. This is all my opinion. But who knows what was going through his mind? He might have said, that's it, I don't care. I don't care if I live or die. I'll let this cop kill me. Maybe. Maybe his life's going so bad he didn't care. He pulls the gun, kills 2 cops. You know how that ends. It ends with him driving somewhere and killing himself. So, Kamala Harris is an idiot for visiting him. And if the proud comment is true, it's also dumb. because people are going to take it out of context, obviously. Now, she's proud of him for working through his pain. You don't say stuff like that to a guy who's suspected of sexual assault and has a criminal record. She should know better. But she's banking on the regular media touting it in her behalf. It's the only thing that could possibly save her from getting excoriated. If this was the 80s, they would have wrecked her. They would have absolutely wrecked her. But in the 80s, they would have told, her handlers would have said, oh, you can't go see this guy. Visit the pastor. Visit the parents. Don't visit him. Because you're tainting the jury pool against the cops. It'd be just as bad if she visited one of his alleged victims. You'd be tainting the jury pool. And this is from Breitbart. According to a criminal complaint filed in July, Blake is accused of sexually assaulting a woman back in May. The woman told police Blake also took her car keys and a debit card from her before fleeing. Blake was also charged with disorderly conduct, domestic abuse, and criminal trespass, domestic abuse. What did she say to him? Yeah, she said... but, Blake said something which was interesting. Blake Jr. spoke publicly for the first time Saturday night, releasing a video from his hospital bed, in which he spoke about pain from his injuries, adding, please, I'm telling you, change your lives out there. So maybe he finally got the message. Sounds like he did. This is Breitbart. I can't imagine they would spin things on his behalf. But good for him. Better late than never, right? Maybe the rest of his life will be positive. He could stop, getting in trouble with the cops. I hope he does well. I hope he thrives. I hope maybe he can walk again. Who knows? But, I think he should come out and say, look, I messed up, and what the cops did to me, his family's already got $2 million now. They raised over $2 million for him on GoFundMe. But, it's how much of that is going to go to his alleged victims. If he's convicted, then what are you going to do? How's this going to look? It's going to look like a nightmare. But she doesn't care. The Democrats are so desperate at this point. Even a trip like this is like, well, if it works, it works, I guess. Oh, Democrats.